getting so... I need to go back out in the garage. Wait a minute. I got my time watch on. Holy buckets, what am I thinking? Let's see. April should be good. Terrell's place. Terrell's? Well, it's the right time of the year. That looks good. No snow, and it's warm. Alright. Let's see if I can get back right this time, back at the shop. Yes! Yes, it worked! Yes, yes, yes! Woo! Nice and warm? Yeah! All right, let's get to work, guys. Yeah. Just where I'm at. Yes, yes. I'm back in the garage right now. Yes, guys. Tomorrow is wing night. Today's Thursday. You know why? Because today is 45 degrees. Yes. So today we're gonna do something in the garage today. Since it's warm. And it's supposed to get cold again. That vortex is going to be coming back down. But you know what? I want to come back in the garage, get a little something done. We'll switch back and forth as weather permits. And the reason why, guys, here, let me show you. This thing that's all full of junk right now, got stuff all over it, all this stuff. This is my propane heater, which it works, but it does not work. I need to get a big propane tank. And Terrell told me about, how to do it. So that's probably what I'm going to do. Number two. There is number two reason why it's not being done out here right now. My walls are not insulated. This place is not insulated whatsoever. So when that wind blows, it's cold in here. Yes. You can see my breath now. Even though it's 45. But anyway, and then I got a deal coming on some insulation, which is like garage doors with the insulation in it. Like they build these garage doors and they got all these cutoffs. Well, my Amish friend's house looks very nice. Very nice with that on there. So I've got the phone number. I'm going to do that. These walls, unfortunately, and up here, the stuff's going to have to come down. It's going to be so much work. And then I got to work on top of that. Hey, got to get it done. And that way you guys can watch me all winter long, work on some cool stuff. Yeah. So anyway, let's get back to this. Since I've been blabbing on way too much. So this was sent to me from a fan. Real nice people out of Texas. Texas? Yeah, Texas. Yeah. They bought themselves a Trail 70, and one of them actually looks pretty decent. This one, he said the engine is tore down. I said, not a problem. He goes, if I send it to you, you think you take care of it? Not a problem. I'll take a look at it. So we're going to open it up. It hasn't been opened yet. We're going to unbox this, and then we're going to go through and see what it needs, and we're going to put this together. It might be a two-part series, guys. It might be fun because we can do it twice. So let's get into this. Let's get into getting this thing open and see if it can be put back together. And I'll start that thing if it does. That's right. All right. So, I think you guys can see me. I better check. Nicely packed. I don't know if I can even try to get even close to even packing it that nice. All right. Any bugs coming out? No, Texas, they got those big old bugs down there. All right. he sure packed that up really good. Look at that. It hasn't moved. I know they're watching. Guys, it held up great. Held up real good. Look at that. I don't think it moved. There's some pieces, parts in here. I like that board they put in there. That's nice. Here's some more pieces, parts. Here's some more. Ooh, ooh. Active. I'll do that later. Pop those bubbles. Let me get this stuff out of the way. Go in the trash. Well, maybe I'll save it for when I ship it back out. I'm probably going to ship it back in this box again. If it fits. If it fits, it ships. All right. Get it out of the way. Man, the engine looks super clean. Wow. Someone definitely started working on it. You can see they were prying with a screwdriver on the casing here. So I think yep, they said they had to take this all apart. So I got to take it apart. I want to check the transmission, make sure that is correct. Maybe I'll talk down here. I'll have to split the case back open. They put a couple screws in. I remember him telling me that. And make sure the transmission is correct, because there is a couple thin washers that go on there. These rings don't look bad from where I'm standing. So let's move this. See if what's we got here. It's like Christmas time, guys. It's not even mine. Love it. Always fun and exciting. Opening up this stuff. Very organized. I think I'm going to leave that here because I don't want to scratch it. Wow, they cleaned up the surfaces nice too. That's going to make the job a lot easier. All right, we have all the clutch parts here, automatic. The timing gear looks good. Yeah, all the pieces are here for that. I see the clutch spring. The only thing I don't see in here, there's supposed to be a spring, a little tiny spring that goes on that. But we'll get all that together here. Okay, here's the magneto. Magneto looks pretty good, and I think I'm gonna have to double check. I'll open this up here. You know, I'm gonna stop for a moment. I want to check, make sure I'm in frame. All right, so reposition the camera there. Yeah. I mean, I'm impressed how nice and clean everything is. It's not oily. Very good. A lot of these bolts, hey, you know, the heads on these bolts ain't all destroyed either. They might have been using the JSI. Is it JSI? Or JIS? I don't know. I'm getting myself confused. Hey, look at there's that little spring I was talking about. We might get lucky and have everything here. Wow, look how clean that is. Huh. It almost looks like a new seal. I'll double check it. But that does. It looks like a new seal, but I could be wrong. I want to double check these. That's all you need to do is put it all back together and have a leaky seal. It looks kind of up there. Yeah, I might just put new seals on it. They're not that expensive. Gonna have it apart, might as well do it, right? All right, one more. Get a little good. Come a little bit closer. Da 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 da. Come a little bit closer. That feels like the carburetor. The carburetor. It's a trader. And there's a Kickstarter. I think that's all that is, the Kickstarter there. All right. See if this is the carburetor. Oh, yay! Nah, just kidding. Yeah, you do got to be careful with knives, guys. I've done it many, many times. I've split my thumb open or my finger. Yeah. That was all the best of us. All right. All right, as for this, slide and top looks like it might be missing. I have new seals for in here. You're definitely going to want to replace it because it's going to leak, especially if they've been sitting around for a while. The choke inside looks good. The little flap is in good shape. Let's pull that bowl off real fast. All right. The only thing, guys, I used to have a cradle for engines. It looks like it may need a little bit of cleaning. It don't look too bad, but I'll put it in the sonic cleaner. Gasket looks good. Yeah, not too bad. I've seen a lot worse. You can see it just has like a little residue in there. We'll clean that up. Decent carburetor. This is not bad at all. I've seen a lot worse stuff. Now, yeah, the hardest part, I used to have a cradle like I was saying for these engines. I'm going to have someone else make me a new one again. I love that thing, but I let someone borrow it and never got it back. I was being nice. I figured I'll let the guy use it. And never heard from him again. All right. Got one more back there. Give me a moment, guys. Probably 8mm. Now let's do this. Save that board for later. Yeah, I really wish I had my stand now. I see there's a bolt missing out of there. course, you know all these fasteners, but that's good because I got to take this cover off anyhow. This timing gear looks good. Ooh, that's a little tore up right there. I think that. Ooh, yeah, it's not quite right. I got to check that oil pump. Let me show you. Check out the condition of that oil pump gear. It's all tore up right around here. I don't like it. I'm going to change it. You definitely don't want to mess around with oil pump gear. That washer's still there, the O-ring. And it's seized up, but I've been seeing scratches here too, so that ain't good. Other than that, ct70E, but it's a later model motor because it starts with a 510. Let's see, it's still in there. It's fairly nice and clean. This ain't set right, and there's a piece of plastic in there, which just fell in there. Anyway, that ain't right. So yeah, the whole thing's got to be gone through because I don't know what anyone has done to this engine. I want to start from scratch, and we'll do that. We'll start doing that probably tomorrow. Tonight, I'm going to have to try to find myself a way of supporting the engine when I am doing this work. Yes, sir. We'll get her done. I got kind of like my hillbilly redneck way of putting the engine on here for now. So take that off. Yeah, this is definitely newer. Oh, let me give you a little tip, guys. If you can check your number. Shows you it's a newer engine. So this is a 510. Which I do believe is like 77, 78, it could be. I'm rusty on that part, but the older Trail 70s didn't have a thing for your timing adjustment here. See this nut and bolt that's in there, or nut and screw? That little nut and screw right here, and that's your spring goes in here, and you can adjust your spring for the tension for this. See, it's solid. That holds that in. The older ones, 70 to early 71, but mostly 69 to 70, did not have this. It's just a spring. You could pull that spring out and then stretch it and then put that spring in, and this thing would go up and down. This is more solid. Okay, that's how you know it's a newer motor than 70 anyhow. Hope you guys don't mind, but yeah, the tripod is in the video. I'm trying to get the best view for you guys. Now, JIS, thank you for that fan, for introducing me to those. Again, those are the best you want to use. Now, if you want to know how actually, if you want to know if these are JIS, something's made in Japan. But take a look at this. See that right there? That little star? That's a good indication that's a JIS fastener. Looks like a little dot, but if you get close to it, it looks like a star or a plus, however you want to do it. Phillips head. JS. All right. If it doesn't say anything on it, more likely it ain't. I'm on down to 15% battery, guys. Holy buckets. That's what I'm saying. I might have to get into this tomorrow on wing night. So sorry, guys. You missed all the fun. I just took off this cover. Want me to do it again? I can. I can just put it all back together and And I'll just pound on it like I was. You know, see, I just tap here, tap there, tap here. Just keep tapping until it wants to come off like that. Now, whew, yeah, what happened there? Chain had come off. It was grinding on there. Yeah, buddy. So we're gonna change that just cause. I have one of these books, Honda Trail 70, 1965 to 1996. It just covers from 50cc to 110. Okay? But it's got the picture of the cool Trail 70. I got one of those, guys. I had that exact same one. It's in the trailer. I like that bike too. Always when I was a little kid, I used to look, I want that. But I was like, where's the card? So anyhow, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to look up the gearing in here. And this is a nice book to have. Now, I thought I'd show you guys this since I'm, in the pages here. But you see, they use little blocks of wood in order to set that engine on. And not all of us can afford or make our own bracket for the engine. So, like, even the Honda used pieces of wood to set that engine on. So, you don't need anything crazy. You just need something that's going to work. And here it is, guys. Now, what I'll do is I'll go ahead. I'm going to snapshot this picture here for you. You're probably looking at it right now. It's on the screen. Fill it in so you guys can pause it. You can look at it. You can see. But if not, you can look it up online. All right, fellas. Now, I put the cover back on the other side because what I want to do now is I'm going to pull the clutch off and this gearing off here because I'm going to get this transmission to drop out. I'll show you what I'm going to be doing here. So let's get this off, which, of course, the special tool. I think someone else had the special tool as well because those are nice. They're not all stripped out. Yeah. Need a nice sharp one. I don't think anyone's ever had this off. Gasket was still stuck to it. I think there's a new one here in the kit. I do have a kit here, guys. This little kit I got for the engine. Now, if you've seen my other videos, you know how this comes off. Let me zoom in on it. Now you see this gearing here. Now you can buy that tool for this very cheap. I'll leave the link in the comments. Well, actually in the description. And you pull this away from here, like here. That is just so it doesn't come loose and spin. So pull that away. And you have a clutch tool kit right here. We're just going to go ahead and put that on. I mean, you could also use a screwdriver and a hammer, but it really tears this thing up. So all you got to do is put it on in. Voila, there it is. Pulls that off, and then that has a one-way washer. If you've never done it before, they'll even say on there, this side out. This side out. Outside. That's concaved. So I'm just going to leave everything here, and I'm just going to pull the clutch right straight up. Just like that. And it looks like the clutches might be a little burnt. So we'll check this out. This thing got pretty hot. We're going to check that out as well. So, Now I'm going to remove this gearing, which all you need is this tool here. Those scissors. Oh, it's a reverse scissors. Yeah. So anyway. I like to keep my finger around it because it's very easy to have it fling away. Just like that. And I just watched where it went. Got it back. All right, now, pull this gear up. Looks good, no teeth missing. There's a piece of foam in there, look at there. This ain't set right. This has to be wound in a way, but we'll get into that when we put this motor back together. This is way off. So, this is off, as you can see. That's supposed to be in there, not up here. Not like that. So that gear goes in there like that. That's where it's supposed to be. Neutral, 1, 2, 3. 3-speed. Now, I can pull these two off. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this and this. So remember, if you want to mark it in your head, that's marked 12. This is not marked anything. So you're going to need yourself a 10 millimeter for both those. You do know there is a spring on here, so be careful. Put that aside. I'm going to take this off. Now, when you take this off here, remember these do come out. So I'm not sure where my needle's nose are, but these will work. So you want to pull these out because you don't want to lose them. Pull each one of them out. You can always put them back in, no problem. Now that you have all this off, the shifter should pull straight out. So you want to probably pull that out. That way it's out of your way. Ooh. Is that bent? It is. I can see from right this point right here, it's bent. Yes, sirree, that is certainly bent. So we're going to put a new one of these in here because this is bent. You don't want it to be bent because what it's going to do is leak out of your seal. But yeah, that's definitely bent. Look at that. Right there. Probably hit a log. All right. Also, you want to take this off. And there is a brass. Well, this one's not brass. Normally, they used to be brass. Take them two off. Put it inside it. Don't lose it. Put it aside. And if it does come off, it does. This funky looking washer. It's a 2-stage washer there. 2-stage washer. That comes off as well. You want to pull that off. The smallest part points outward, okay? Now, you have everything off on this side. Now we can proceed flipping the motor back over. Just like this, and pull this cover back off. Which I'll probably need my rubber mallet again. There we go. Now that we have the transmission exposed and loose, watch this, guys. There's your transmission. Now that's one thing you don't want to lose right there. That washer. Now, looking at the book last night, there's a washer that belongs here as well. I do believe. I'll double check it. But that's why we're going to go through this, because I want to take this off and show you. I'm going to pull this off because I want to inspect all these gears, make sure there's no teeth missing. But I want to show you what else to look forward to. And these don't look too bad. These are called the fingers. All right, so you can see it's been rubbing on here a little bit. That should be all right. But the fingers ain't worn out to the bone, you know. So if those were worn out here, they would be rubbing down here. So I'm inspecting this, and it looks pretty good. Other than this little rub spot here, which that's fine. Probably because that one washer was missing. But all the gears are looking good. A little bit of gook in there, so I'll put these in a cleaner. Clean these up real well. I don't see no teeth missing, which sometimes on these 78 Hondas, they would do that. Transmissions were not too great for some reason. I used to have to fix a lot of 78s. Transmission problems. A little scored in here, but that should be fine. That's just out of, you know, for the miles it has on it. By the way, if you guys are wondering what this brass is on here, that's the part that faces the left side of your engine. That's your neutral switch. That is for your neutral switch light. That's why that's on there. That's for the switch. All right. So I just found it was necessary just to set them back in. I'm going to see if I can find, you know, that I bet you that washer might be. All right, so I dumped it all out. And it is the super thin washer. Found it. So it was there. So yeah, that goes right there. So as the rings and stuff, we're going to worry about that after we get the engine back together. But the rings look good, but I'm going to buy a new set of rings anyway. Bearings look good, but all this is going to have to be cleaned. Parts cleaner. Get it all cleaned out so there ain't no grime and grit in there, no dust. Thought it was going to be a little bit of dust, but just no sand or nothing like that. Especially if it came from Texas. And I think Texas has a lot of sand, so the keyway's there. All right, so I'm going to order some stuff for this, guys. I'm going to order the rings. There's a couple other gaskets. I'm going to get a top end for it. I got to find the head and the jug because the head and jug is missing. I've got one here. Nice used one, probably clean and in good working order. We're going to dig it out and go from here. So that'll be next week's video. Sorry, guys. Yes. There will be a part 2 of putting this engine together, and we'll start it. If it takes a little longer next week, that's what we'll do. We're going to get it all together, start it, and go through the gears. So another thing I see that's missing, too, in this stuff is the timing chain, you know, for the head. There's the bigger gear, the timing chain itself, some other parts like that. So I'm going to order that stuff. I got a list going here, and we'll go from there. All right, so I'm going to start cleaning this thing up. It's the beginning. At least we're out in the garage working, right? So, all right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. And tonight is wing night. Look at that. Dance along, chicken. Dance. That's right. Keep on dancing. Yeah. Go ahead. We're going to eat you. Go ahead. So, anyway, hey, please like, please subscribe, guys. We'll be back next week. Get this engine going. Let's get it running. All right? Until, I think the Polar Vortex is coming next weekend. So hopefully I get to stay out here a little longer. All right, guys? We'll see you next week. Take care. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll see you. Bye-bye.